New York City, but that's where I've lived for the past 30-something years. I'm originally from Houston, Texas, and my mother calls me the nice New Yorker and the snobby Texan. I'm not a mean person at all. I live by the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It's a very simple rule to live by. But when it comes to piano lessons, I can be mean. But I'm not mean. We're going to have fun. I've been through a million master classes when I was a student from this age through college, and most of the time I was bored out of my mind because master class givers never spoke loud enough for the audience to hear what was happening. Basically, most master class givers treat it as a public lesson where they sit up on stage and they sort of whisper things to the student and the audience can't hear anything. So it's terrible. And then if you're going to play next, you're just sitting there waiting, you're not getting anything out of it. So that's not how I'm going to do it at all. So if you'd like to take notes on your iPhone or whatever you want to write on, before I hear anybody play, I'm not a teacher. Of course, I've taught lessons in my life, coaching, whatever, but I'm not a professor. I'm just a performer. But, of course, I went to school and studied with a lot of teachers, and I gained a lot of information. And I can tell you that every day when I sit down to practice the piano, I hear my teachers saying the same things over and over and over in my head. And then some things I've developed, some things that I like to talk about as a performer that bother me particularly. So I thought I'd just share those with you so you could write them down, because when you hear the talk spoken, it's not as good as if you could have made it. What was the third thing that you talked about? I can't remember now. So here they are. Number one is balance between the hands. That's the title of what I'm going to talk about. Balance between the hands. Number two, let the difficult hand lead. Let the difficult hand lead. Well, who's the boss? I'll explain that. Number three, economy of motion. Economy of motion. And number four, you don't have to write all this down. You can just write damper pedal operation. What does that mean? It means how the damper pedal, the right pedal, works and what it can do and how you're supposed to use it. A lot of teachers don't teach anything about any of the three pedals, and for a lot of pianists, especially young pianists, they're just sort of a mystery thing going on down there. We don't really know anything about what happens to it. So I want to talk about those four things in order. Balance between the hands. For all of the musical mumbo jumbo that a lot of teachers will say, feel this, feel that, do this, you need to think about that. Really, playing the piano is just scientific. It's just physics. If you've ever wondered why the piano, a grand piano, is in this curvy shape, all you have to do is just look inside. The bass strings are much longer than the treble strings. And the only difference between this piano and a baby grand piano is 4 feet in length of the bass strings. The treble strings, from about the C above middle C all the way to the top, are the same length in a spinet upright or in a concert grand piano. For the top key on this piano, the strings are only about that long. It's the same length on a spinet. Okay, but the bass strings go about 7 feet of the 9 feet in length. So the longer the string is, the deeper the resonance, meaning it's going to have a richer tone quality, but more importantly, it's going to be louder and it's going to ring longer. Because in physics, in science, the only way to lower the pitch of a string is one of two ways. Either lengthen it, I mean that makes sense, you don't have to be a scientist to understand that a short string, if you pluck it or hit it, is going to have a very high pitch. And if the string is long, when you pluck it or strike it, it's going to have a lower pitch. That's just obvious to even somebody who's not a musician. Well, the lowest note on this piano would need to be about that long if it was just a single metal wire like the treble strings. So that's why when you look inside and you see the bass strings, they're wrapped in copper because that's the second way to make the pitch lower. You either lengthen the string or you increase its mass and its thickness. That will also lower the pitch. So the lowest note of this piano is about that thick, and the rest of the metal strings inside are about that thick. So by increasing the thickness, the density, the mass of the bass strings, you've lowered the pitch without having to have it 14 feet long. So it's just practical. They figured that 9 feet is about right. So that begs the question, in a spinet piano, which is only this tall, the bass strings and the treble strings cross in order to make the cabinet tiny. So how do you get the same pitch on the lowest note of this piano on the spinet piano? Well, the thickness of the bass notes is even bigger. So instead of being that thick on this piano, it's this thick on a spinet. So now you can imagine if you added even more copper to a bass string, you've made it thicker. It's not going to ring very long because it's going to be heavy and fat and cumbersome. So when you hit it, it goes bow, and then it fades away. But on a big piano like this, because the bass strings are thinner, they ring for a lot longer, and they have more volume. So if you're used to playing on an upright piano with what I would call short, stubby bass strings, or worse, on a digital piano where everything's evened out, and then you get on a Steinway concert grand, well, it's like riding a tricycle versus driving a new Mercedes. It's going to be a completely different experience. So the problem is balance of hands is what I said. Balance of hands. If you play both hands the same weight, the same strength, the same force, who's going to win the battle of volume? The bass. The left hand is going to win. So balance between the hands means you have to use these things on the side of your head, and you have to listen to the sound you're producing and say, the left hand is just too much. It's overpowering the right hand because the right hand has shorter strings versus these copper-wrapped long bass strings. So when you go down to play a low octave, yeah, we need resonance. You got to be your tuba or your string bass on the left-hand octaves in ragtime. But the offbeats, the chords on 2 and 4, if you play those chords as loud as the right hand, you're going to obliterate the right hand. So basically, I would say 75% of the playing I heard yesterday was the left hand was too loud. Also, my having performed on this piano last night, because I got like 30 seconds to try it, this piano has been voiced down. The hammer heads can be adjusted. So the treble on this piano, to give it a beautiful sound, has been reduced. So now you have to make the left hand even lighter. So as I was playing, I was making adjustments. That's the problem with being a piano player. Every piano is a blind date. You never know what you're going to get. And even some concert brands are not the greatest things in the whole world. Okay, so that's number one. Basically, not so much the left hand doesn't mean beat the hell out of the right hand to play louder. Just play the left hand, especially the offbeat, lighter, so that your right hand doesn't have to work so hard. Which leads me to number two. Let the difficult hand lead. Now, it depends. Music can be all over the place. If it's something like stride piano where there's big leaps, well, the left hand is going to be very difficult. So if the right hand has something easy to play, don't let the right hand be the controller of the tempo. And I don't mean just how fast. I mean even within a measure or two, whichever hand you feel is the difficult part at a given point in the piece, that should be the hand that controls staying together. Don't let the beat override and then handicap the hand that has the difficult passage word. It's really, really difficult to remember to do that. So what I would suggest is you simply take a Post-it note and you write, and I will say that usually the right hand is in control because that's where our melodies are. And so it's the right hand that's constantly pushing all the time, and the left hand can't keep up. It's got all these jumps to do and everything. So write on a Post-it note and stick it right on the fall board of the piano on the right side where you'll see it, just to the right of middle C. Let the LH lead. Let the left hand lead. Because usually it's the left hand is the one that needs accommodation. You know, you're getting ready to go down and hit a low note, but the right hand wants to keep going. It's like, okay, make the right hand slow down just a billionth of a second. You can say, oh, but I'm going to throw things off. No, they're not going to notice at all. Most people are never paying 100% attention to a concert. They're looking at their phone, they're falling asleep, they're thinking about going to the dry cleaner, they're thinking about paying their mortgage, they're thinking about how, you know, Carla didn't look at me in class today and I'm in love with her. You know, that's the things people are thinking about while they listen to a concert. Whether you slow down a billionth of a second is imperceptible. So give yourselves a break and don't make things so hard for yourself. Number 3, economy of motion. There should be an invisible book resting about 6 inches off the top of the piano keyboard. Now, every once in a while, you have to do something like do an arpeggio and throw your hand off again. Okay, that's fine. Or it's the last note of the piece, bang, like that. I'm just talking about the general middle part of the piece. If your hands are middle like this all the time, you're doing what my teacher used to call waving bye-bye to the piano. And so what you're doing is you're wasting a lot of energy and encouraging wrong notes by flapping your hands around on the piano instead of just staying close to the keys. It doesn't mean super glued to the keys. It just means don't lift your fingers super high, and especially don't flap your wrists up high. You've got a lot of work to do in ragtime unless you're playing a slow piece. Let's stay close to the keys, and when you go down for left hands, you go, instead of like this, you go like this, side to side. It gives you a lot more ability to be precise. And then last, how does the damper pedal work? Well, I'll go through the other two first, which generally speaking are not used very much in ragtime unless you're doing a slow, really slow lyrical rag and you want to change the color. The left pedal is the soft pedal, which on an upright piano pushes all the hammers closer to the keys, to the strings, so that you can't hit the strings as hard. If you like, you know, if your brother likes to punch you in the arm, well, and he wants to make it hurt, he's going to come from far away and go, wham, and it's going to hurt. Versus if he's just standing up close to you, he goes like this, no big deal, right? So this is the hammer, this is the string. If you push the soft pedal down and upright, it moves it closer so you can't hit as hard. That's why you'll see the keys pulled down. On a grand piano, it shifts the entire keyboard to the right so that theoretically each hammer on each key is only hitting 2 of the 3 strings. Doesn't always work like that because pianos are not always adjusted correctly, but that's how it's supposed to work. It also changes the quality of the sound because the hammerheads are made out of felt, so when they hit the 3 strings and the treble all the time in the same spot, they develop little grooves. And so when you shift it over, sometimes you can find the fluffy hills that will hit the strings and change the quality of the sound. The middle pedal is the sostenuto pedal. It's like a damper pedal. Somebody yesterday who wasn't using pedal during her performance finally decided to use some pedal, and she put her foot down and used the sostenuto pedal in the middle instead of the damper pedal because she didn't know that they weren't all the same probably. The sostenuto pedal, play any key or keys you want that have dampers on them, hold it down, push down the middle pedal, and it just holds those notes but nothing else. That pedal is rarely used. The damper pedal is the one we use 99.9% of the time, and this is how it works. These are the strings going out like this on an upright this way, but on this grand piano, okay? They have little pieces of wood that have felt on them. They come down, called dampers, because they dampen the sound, and they rest sitting on there. When you push the pedal, the right pedal down, a dowel inside comes up and pushes on a tray that lifts all the dampers off of the strings and allows them to keep ringing. So, when you pedal in ragtime and you use the pedal to keep time instead of using the pedal for pedaling purposes, this is what you're doing. You're taking the pedal and you're going bam, 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 like a metronome. So all the sound that you're trying to build up and use the pedal for, every time you let the pedal up, the dampers come down, touch the strings, and it cancels out all the sound. So you're literally working against yourself. Why would you want to do that? Because you're trying to keep time with your right foot. If you're going to keep time in ragtime, some people like to tap the floor. Okay. Personally, I don't like it, but I hit the floor every once in a while. But there's some people that really like to keep time. They probably play clarinet in band or something, you know. Tap with your left foot. Why would you want to tap with your right foot? It's going to be on the pedal. And so then what happens is you're just going bam, bam, bam like this, keeping time with the pedal, and that's totally ruining your sound. That's how the pedal works. If you want to get more particular about the pedal, there are gradations of pedal, because when you push it down all the way to the bottom, it comes off the top of the strings about 1/4 of an inch. Well, as soon as the dampers clear the strings, they're going to ring, whether they go up 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch. So all that extra pushing down to the bottom is doing absolutely nothing to the sound. So when you go, you don't have to pedal all the way to the bottom. In fact, to be artistic, you press just enough to where you can feel the bump of where the tray lifts the dampers off of the strings. And that's the sweet spot where you can do what's called half pedaling. It's not exactly half, because every piano is adjusted differently. But where the dampers just lightly rub on top of the strings. And in slow pieces, that is super artistic, it can make such beautiful sounds. We don't need that so much in fast ragtime pieces, but experiment with finding where, press a key down, press the pedal, hold it, and then let the damper pedal up slowly, and hear where you can feel and hear the felt touch the string. The string will kind of go like that. That point, right where it starts to make the cat's meow, is the sweet spot, where then you can push it just a little bit more down to open it slightly, and then you can mix sounds. Okay? That's how the damper pedal works. Don't use it to be a metronome to keep time, because that just makes the sound ugly. Okay, those are my 4 things that I wanted to talk about. Everybody's guilty of all 4 of those, including me, and I have to remind myself about those 4 things all the time. All the time. But I would say of the 4, letting the difficult hand lead is the one that's going to be the most helpful. God, I just can't get that passage. What's wrong? Well, which hand is the hard hand? Okay, well, I know the left hand's the hard part. Well, then why are you letting the right hand be the boss? Let the left hand be the boss. Sometimes that's all you need. You don't need to practice a million hours. You just need to flip the switch in your head and say, oh, well, if I just slow down a little bit in the right hand and I let the left hand be the controller, everything works just perfectly. Like, I have plenty of technique, just my brain is cross-wired wrong. Okay? Hope that's helpful. Yeah. Who wants to be the first victim? Lydia, you want to play? What are you going to play? Joseph Lamb is more really like Chopin than Beethoven for sure. So I think this piece is a more lyrical. Do you know what lyrical means? Soft and sweet. Can you see it here? So when you think about this piece, maybe not quite so heavy-handed, because this piece is actually based on a Chopin etude, the Revolutionary etude. It first starts. He said, I gave you two eyes and I gave you a neck. So just turn and look where you're going. You got it both times, but then when you went up an octave, you missed it because it's so far. And you know, it's okay to lean. So can you try it again from the beginning and try to play a little more lyrically? You know, don't make it a boisterous ragtime. We have so many of those. This is one of the beautiful ones. Be a pretty little bird, okay? Don't be an ostrich flopping around on the keys, okay? Because otherwise it sounds a little bit like a wet dish towel. Listen to what you're doing. You're sort of rolling all the chords. Just play very simply. Play your hands together. Hear how pure that sounds? Like that. Try it. I can't, even when you're playing octaves, bop, 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 it's getting drowned out by chink, chink, okay? So feathers on your left hand and weights on your right hand. That's what I want you to think about. Can I hear your little tweet bird? Bump, blink. Mostly of the black keys. So the keys on a piano, more physics and science. The keys on the piano are not flat in the front. They look like they are, but if you look down the side, you're going to see that they're like this, because the piano keys are a seesaw with a fulcrum in the middle. So they're balanced so that the front is actually kicked up a little bit to give you leverage. So the problem is the black keys are shorter than the white keys. So you have even less leverage, because in the back they're the same length. So imagine a long seesaw versus a short seesaw. The black keys are not going to have as much physical advantage. So if you're sitting too close to the fulcrum, meaning when you play the black key and you put your hand up inside the black keys, closer to the keyboard cover, you have even less leverage than you already do if you play out on the edge of the black keys. So that's why when you play too far up in the black keys and you don't press down hard enough, it's not your fault. You're in the wrong position for the leverage that you have. All you have to do is pull your hands out near the front edge of the black keys, and then all of the notes will sound like magic. But we don't feel comfortable because we feel like we're going to fall off the edge of the black keys. Well, you got to practice to get used to feeling that it's comfortable to play on the edge of the black keys. Can you try that? And try to pull your hand out here. Don't play up in here like that. So much cleaner. Now I know every single note. That's terrific, okay? Thank you for playing. I hope you learned something. Good, good. Physics, 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 science, science, science. It's not mumbo jumbo. Okay, Jared, you want to play? Sure. Okay, what do you want to play?
I want to lead syncopations.
You need syncopations, okay. And again, don't make the repeats, just to save time, okay?
Sure. How do you lower the bench?
Say again?
How do you lower the bench?
Oh, you just pull up on these things.
Oh, okay.
And you wait for them to go down.
There we go. Thank you.
A funky European bench.
No.
Oh. voice really brightly? Is it a loud piano? Well, even if it's not loud, it's probably in a small room. It's not in a big concert hall, right? Okay. Because the way you're playing sounds like you're playing that you're used to practicing on either a digital piano or on a piano that's really loud. Now, as I said earlier, this piano's been voiced down, so it's quiet. But other people are playing loudly. And we talked earlier about how I gave him advice and I said, you need to play from your lower back to get more power. I mean, after all, you're a teenage boy. You got a lot of power, you know? And you got a lot of youthful exuberance. So what I'm trying to say, let me demonstrate so I can show them what I mean is, first of all, I think you're sitting a little bit too far back. You should sit on the front half of the piano bench. Why? Because then it's like playing tennis. You can go anywhere you want on the piano. If you sit too far forward with this too far forward, then what it does is because there's no back, it encourages you to do like this. So your back is a little bit rounded. I mean, you have good posture, but the problem is as soon as we lean back, all of our energy is going this way. So it's a little bit like a wet dish towel across the face. You know, it's not grabbing my attention. If I sit back, sit on the front half of the piano bench, and I lean in, even without using more power. Oh my goodness, it's not only louder, it's cleaner, it's clearer, it's crisper, but I don't have to do any more effort. I don't have to put out more effort. Can you try that? Feel like you're leaning forward. Is it okay if I touch your shoulders?
Sure.
Okay, this way. That's like 50% louder. Is that right? Or are you just being nice? Is it louder? And it's not strident. It's not an ugly sound. It's just a bigger sound. And you didn't have to work any harder. All you had to do was just use this. All this power here goes up your back, through your shoulders, down through your arms. So feel this and lean in. Try again. Now don't play some legato. This is a ragtime piece. Wait, how about a little bouncy? Now you see, this is a perfect example of what I said. You got to let the left hand lead, or in any case, whichever hand is the difficult one. This is what you did. Stand up and come over here so you're not blocking me so they can see. This is what you did. Move back a little farther so they can see. This is what you did. You were in a hurry to play middle C, so we didn't hear this note because your right hand was pushing the tempo to get to middle C. To that note. So this note didn't sound. The left hand comes first, not the right hand. So you see what I mean? You flip a little switch in your head, you say, wait, right hand, wait. Let me let the left hand play all of its notes. Try it. Because that's the tuba coming in. First it's flute and clarinet playing in unison. And the tuba's sitting there going 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, go. You know? And then he comes in, boom, 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 boom. And so what you did was you hit him in the stomach just before he played his first C, and he went, and then nothing came out. Okay? Now, the other thing about playing your hands together, stand up, move over here so they can see, is you're making life difficult even on this. When you play, it sounds kind of like this, and I'm exaggerating. It sounds kind of like cereal that's been in the bowl with milk for too long, and it's kind of bleh, you know? Why can't you just play your hands together? Because the hands are not playing parallel. They're not playing the same thing in mirror images. You know, it's much easier to practice scales in contrary motion. Because it's 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3. But when we do them this way, It's 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 3. It's not, that's why practicing scales like that's difficult, because your brain is so fried trying to remember it goes against what's natural. So this is not natural to play parallel. So you have to say, even from the very first note, which hand feels harder to play, and let that one be in control. I can already tell you which one's the harder one to play. It's the left hand, because you're right-handed, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, I can tell by the way you play. Left-handed pianists have a huge advantage. You're right-handed pianist, and your right hand is too bossy. So you let your left hand, when you start at the beginning, be the controller, even in that introduction, and then your hands will be exactly together. The left hand is the boss. But it's not great. Why? Because you're playing so legato. How about a little bouncier? Very good. Now, can we skip to the last section?
Sure.
You're too perfect. You must have been born in September. You must be a Virgo. Stand over here. You know, the Virgos always want everything to be perfect. Sorry, I'm trying to remember how it goes. So you see these offbeats? They're almost nothing. And we need the syncopation. This thing is written kind of like a wacky maple leaf rag. The left hand is off. That's what makes this part hard. You really got to practice it. But I don't want to hear any offbeats. All I want to hear is we need you to bring out the syncopation to make it fun. Otherwise, it's just all sounding the same. There's no fun in it.
Okay.
You understand? Okay? Do it again. Keep this. You can play accents without lifting your hand way up in the air. Okay? When you play the right hand, everything in this, like maple leaf rag, is right here. It just goes like this. You don't have to jump anywhere. This is jumpy jumpster over here. So this is what your head should do. It should be looking at your left hand, not looking at your right hand, okay?
Right.
Play this and do not even think about looking at your right hand. That's so much better. Not only are there fewer missed notes, and now you're playing like 95% of the right notes, they're all sounding, but also the syncopation is there, the accents are there, because you can see where you're going, you know? Don't cross the street and look over here at pretty birds, you know, flying by, boom, boom, you know? So that's what's causing a lot of your technical problems. You're not watching where you're going, you know? Just like playing that arpeggio in Nightingale. When you go over and hit that G, well, look where you're going. You don't have anything else to do, just look there, okay? Good, thanks for playing today.
Thank you.
Yeah. What would you like to play? Dizzy fingers, that's right. Okay. I joked with her yesterday. I said, when I die on my tombstone, it's going to say, here lies Richard Dowling. Dizzy fingers. Okay, let's go. go sit over there. All right, same thing for Jared. You're sitting too far back on the bench. This is not the dining room table. And I would sit a little higher if I were you, because you and I are short. So short people need all the advantages they can get, except on the airplane, where we have the advantage because we fit in an airplane seat and you don't. So I would sit in the front half. So again, like I did with Jared, you can lean in because you're playing a little bit too much like this, and you need more power. Also, the piece is just the way you're playing is just too slow. It's just too slow. It's not busy enough. It's too perfect. It's just too perfect. I mean, you do a few little things that make it interesting, like that. You know, that's great. We need, if you're going to play that slowly, you got to add more spice to it. Otherwise, it's just too much the same. So we start to check out, meaning mentally we check out. We stop listening because it's all the same. Okay? So first thing, you can do one of two things in the introduction. You can either start with a bang, or you can start soft. Nothing's marked in the score, but you got to do something. Because if you just play, I'm already bored. You understand? Yeah. Okay. So when you play these arpeggios, stop being so classical. Okay? You don't have to play like that. You can just use 1, 2, 3, 4 as a group, like this. That's the chord, right? Now all you do is you just slightly break it apart. Like that. It sounds even, but what I'm playing is totally not even at all. If I wanted to play evenly, this is what it would sound like. See, I missed a note because I'm making it too difficult for myself. All you do is find the chord groups, such as these 4 notes, and you basically just play a rolled chord and stick your thumb under quickly to go to the next rolled chord. I'm basically doing this. And then, like that. You understand? So in slow motion, it would be. You see what I mean? This is even. It's totally unnecessary. That's what's slowing me down. So try to play faster, lighter, and not perfectly. Yeah, from the top. Not perfectly. Not perfectly. Okay. Conserve your energy. That's so much better already. Do you feel like you're working as hard? No? And so the other thing is, what did I say earlier about the length of the bass strings? The bass only has 4 notes to play. The right hand's got 4 million notes to play, right? So when you're going, you're overwhelming your right hand. So feathers on your, helium balloons on your left hand, and a lead anvil in the right hand. Okay, but actually not in this case because we want you to play light and fast. So everything's light. This whole piece is whipped cream. Okay, there's no chunks of cheese in here. Okay, it's just all fluffy whipped cream. Okay, light left hand. And then this, that's where you play heavy because that's the musical interest. This is, that's not interesting. But then, that's when the double bass goes, okay? Then you bring that in, okay? When there's harmonic movement. But when it's static and it's not just we don't care about that. That's background music, okay? Okay? somewhere. Do it how you feel it. That's better. Keep doing it again. More staccato and less legato. This is not a legato piece, okay? When you play this, take it through your hand, and you don't have to do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can just do through like this, and that rests your hand. Okay? Anything you can do in this piece to rest is what you want to do. This, whatever the notes are. Don't do the right hand too much. Okay? Now we're going to skip to this part. You see, this is going. You see how the music is being pulled to that second chord? So that's what you want to do. When you start, don't waste all your energy on going. You see what I mean? It's too much the same. Start softly. You got a lot of loud coming up here. Those are the things that kick it into high gear, but all the other notes around it, light. See how you did in the left hand. Do it again. Play that note softer. That's the chord. E7 chord is what we're trying to go to. So don't bum 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 bum. That's where it's supposed to be louder. Don't be shy. Why did you miss it? Because you weren't looking. Exactly. You did pretty well on that scale there, but the left hand only goes blink, blink. If you let that left hand, now it's the reverse. The right hand is the hard hand here, not the left hand. So if you let your left hand go blink, blink, blink like that, and then the poor right hand can't do those scales, okay? So you switch gears and you say, up, left hand, you better wait. The right hand's the boss here, okay? When you get to this G, that's where you let the left hand play that chord. Not before. Try it again. And why not a little accent and staccato on it? Why are you playing just do that? Then it's a little bit of a surprise. See what silence does? Then all of a sudden you're like, what's he going to say? Okay, so that's why you delay that chord just a billionth of a second. Okay? Terrific playing. Yes, today, yesterday, and the day before. What do you want to reveal us with?
Cleopa by Scott.
Cleopa. All right, terrific. By the way, somebody left these in one of the rooms. Do these belong to anybody? No? Okay. I'm going to see if Cleopa's in here, because I haven't played that one for a while. Cleopa. Nobody knows how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
even when you take that elaborate time there near the cadence at the end of the first section and then later on, I don't think that's appropriate for a ragtime piece because it's basically syncopated march music. So when you stop the march by doing this big romantic gesture, but it's your interpretation. It's not how I would do it. It's not Martha Stewart. But ragtime is not sacrosanct. So you continue doing what you do. And one day, allow yourself to change your mind. Okay? That's not what I'm going to criticize, though. What I'm going to criticize and try to help is your left hand is too weak, which is really funny. I mean, most times, most people's left hand is too heavy. But I would put all the money in my wallet, which is only about $20, in a bet to say that you're right-handed.
Yeah.
You are right-handed. Okay. Because all I'm really hearing is the right hand, which is great because that's where the tune is. But your tuba player has no breath at all. He must be a really skinny tuba player. You know, he needs bigger lungs. I hardly hear your pinky in your left hand. All I'm hearing is sort of your thumb. The offbeats are nice and light, not too overpowering. But in ragtime, any kind of march music, we have to have boom, you know, boom, 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 boom. And yours sounds like boom, 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 boom. Usually the offbeat, the third beat of the measure, or the second, you know, the second beat because it's in 2/4. I hear that one, but not the downbeat for some reason. So what's the remedy for that? You're going to turn your head and you're going to look at your left hand. Okay. Because you're a right-handed person and there's not a lot of jumps in the right hand of this piece. So can you start again? And I just want you to look at the pinky in your left hand. See, this is not something you need to practice. It's just something that you need to flip a switch. And then all of a sudden it's going to be fixed. Okay?
So the
Just start to begin, yeah. Because the right hand is not jumping. So the right hand is being the boss. Okay. So I want the left hand to be the boss. Okay. Even if that means for right now, until you learn how to be comfortable, take it down 5 notches on the metronome. A little bit slower so the left hand can be heard. Okay. It's a fast march, yes, and you're capable of playing it fast. I'm just asking you to slow down for now, not ultimately, just so you can get the left hand. And everybody, once your hands grow big enough to play an octave in the left hand, we know, I mean, I can just feel that that's an octave. Right. I've done it 14 gazillion times, so I know this is a 10th on my hand. Yeah. You know, I need to stretch my thumb out, but this is an octave, so I know. So either look at your thumb or look at your pinky. Your thumb's closer to your eyes, so I would watch my thumb. But then tilt your hand to the left so that the pinky has more power. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's, again, science and physics. Hoping that your pinky thumbs out is not going to fix the problem. Look at how your hand is to play an octave, right? All the power from your hand, from your arm, is going straight down to your thumb, and nothing's going this way. So you have to counterbalance by turning your hand this way, just a little, so that the power goes that direction. Now, could you So that, you want to bring that out as a counter melody to the right hand. Still not getting enough pinky. You're not pushing the notes all the way down. These got to be louder. All three of those low notes have to be equal. More like that. Then you hit F instead of G, but that's okay. That's just a boo-boo. That's not, boo-boos are allowed, but playing flimsily is not allowed. It's not giving your music enough richness. So it sounds all kind of surfacey like this. Okay? But it's good because you play in a very relaxed manner. I'm not asking you to get carpal tunnel syndrome. Okay? So you keep those offbeats nice and light the way you're doing them, because they sound good. You're not overpowering your right hand, but your right hand is being too much of the controller. For you, you need to let your left hand lead.
Okay.
So you're going to write, like I said at the very beginning, on a post-it, and you're going to stick it right there. It says, let LH lead.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so thanks for playing today.
Thank you.
Yeah. Congratulations again. Okay, I hope that wasn't too boring. And, you know, JP, you left your $1 million check over there. Oh, you know, so I'll take 10%. Finder's fee. Is that it? Was that? I hope that was enjoyable. Okay, all right. Thanks for coming, getting up so early this morning. I had a good time. I like hearing people play and trying to help them with the things that I've learned. So again, balance between the hands. It's just the physics of the piano strings. Let the difficult hand lead. Economy of motion, the invisible ceiling on top, and then damper pedal. Everybody played pretty well with the damper pedal today, so I didn't have to complain about that. But I hope you understand that